I think the most important question that people on my page are asking is who owns the Federal Reserve? If you went through my whole U.S. corruption series, then this is a question that you're asking. Who are these shadowy figures that's running our currency? Well, don't hear from me.
The seven Jew banking families that took over control of the money in America in 1913 was the Rothschilds of London, Israel Schiff of Italy, Kuhn Loeb of Germany, the Warburgs of Hamburg, Lehman Brothers of New York, Goldman Sachs of New York, and the Rockefellers of New York.
Now, in part 4 of my series of the U.S. corruption, I discussed how the Federal Reserve Board was created by these shadowy elites. And they all met right here in Jekyll Island in Georgia. Now, it's important to mention that on 1912, 1 year prior to the founding of the Federal Reserve Board, there were a lot of English and Dutch bankers on this ship, the Titanic. And many people believe that this man right here, J.P. Morgan, actually saw to it that these bankers never made it to America. It's also important to mention that the land they was going to go visit on was owned by J.P. Morgan. And here's another fun fact. J.P. Morgan and John D. Rockefeller were both funded by the Rothschilds. Now back to this secret meeting right here. I think we all should know that these elites aren't meeting up themselves, but sending representatives. And I'd be more than delighted to tell you who it was. The secret seven that met up at this island were none other than Frank A. Vanderlip, who represented William Rockefeller, and Jacob Schiff, and their company, Kuhn Loeb. The second of the secret seven was the Assistant Secretary of the United States Treasury, Abraham Piatt Andrews. Number 3 was Henry P. Davison, who was the senior partner of the J.P. Morgan Company. Number 4 was the president of the First National Bank of New York. Very interesting art that they have on the top. But the president of this bank was Charles D. Norton. Could it be a stretch? Number 5 was Benjamin Strong Jr., who was Morgan's lieutenant. I mean, look at the bottom right here. They don't even try to hide it anymore. Federal Reserve history, they tell you. Number 6 was the Kuhn Loeb and Company partner, Paul M. Warburg. And number 7 was Rhode Island Republican Senate, Nelson W. Aldrich, who was also chairman of the National Monetary Commission. He was also the only non-banker of the group. And they spent a week at this island, hashing out every agreement that took place for the founding of the Federal Reserve. Leave a like and comment if you want me to go further into the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and the Morgans. And this whole topic gets very deep, scary, and dangerous.